You're watching live coverage from RJD News. Thank you for contributions from viewers like you.
Pennsylvania's Democratic Senator Bob Casey announced today he is not running for president.
Korea's top nuclear negotiator heading to an Oval Office meeting with President Trump, nailing down a second summit between the president and Kim Jong-un.
Tonight, a frantic search on the highest ski peak in New Mexico.
An avalanche hit Katina Peak. There's been multiple victims.
It's unclear how many people were buried alive. So far, 2 have been pulled out of the snow, according to rescuers. Local hospitals confirming they've received 2 patients in critical condition.
Good morning, this is RJD News this morning. I'm Rashid James with the Rashid James Days channel. And today we have a lot of stories, yay! Well, first, we're going to talk about how Bob Casey is not running for president. And Nancy Pelosi is talking about the government shutdown and what Trump can do. A lot of TSA workers are being affected by the shutdown. A lot of government workers are being affected by the shutdown. And this could cause an outbreak of terrorism. So this is the best time for terrorists to terrorize a country and do all the things they want to do because there's no TSA workers that are not getting paid. This is almost the 4th week of the government shutdown. RJD News begins right now.
Pennsylvania's Democratic Senator Bob Casey announced today he is not running for president. Senator Casey releasing a statement saying 2020 is not the right time for him. This comes just a few months after he hinted at a run. The Democrat is now in his 3rd term in the U.S. Senate.
These Alps in New Mexico had an avalanche. No one knows quite sure how many people are stuck and burrowed under snow. There's been 2 people who's been saved from this avalanche. We are not sure if most of them are still alive. There is a possibility that there are still survivors, but it is frantically still being searched out.
Tonight, a frantic search on the highest ski peak in New Mexico.
An avalanche hit Katina Peak. There's been multiple victims.
It's unclear how many people were buried alive. So far, 2 have been pulled out of the snow, according to rescuers. Local hospitals confirming they've received 2 patients in critical condition. According to the Taos News, crews with avalanche probes and rescue dogs are still searching a snowfield more than 30 feet deep in some places. New Mexico's famed Katina Peak was once only accessible to expert skiers after an arduous hike. But in 2015, a new lift was installed, giving the public direct access to some of the highest runs in America. The Taos Ski Resort saying earlier this morning, Ski Patrol had been out detonating bombs along Katina Peak, hoping to prevent avalanches. But tonight, the worst-case scenario as they search for more survivors. Gotti Schwartz, NBC News.
All we can do is hope that all victims are still alive. Another story that is going to be making headlines all over the world, President Trump and Kim Jong-un are having another summit next month. Check out the video.
Korea's top nuclear negotiator heading to an Oval Office meeting with President Trump, nailing down a second summit between the president and Kim Jong-un, after meeting earlier today with Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. Their first meeting since July in Pyongyang, when the hardline former spy chief accused Pompeo of a gangster-like attitude for demanding that North Korea start disclosing its nuclear weapons. Instead, the North wants the U.S. to lift economic sanctions first and delay U.S. military exercises in South Korea. 2 days ago, Vice President Pence acknowledging the lack of progress.
We still await concrete steps by North Korea to dismantle the nuclear weapons that threaten our people.
In fact, U.S. officials tell NBC News North Korea is expanding its nuclear program, producing more nuclear weapons fuel, perfecting its missiles.
The timing could work to their benefit because the president wants a bright, shiny object to deflect attention away from all of his domestic troubles.
U.S. officials are pegging their hopes on Kim Jong-un's New Year's promise to denuclearize. Tonight, a State Department negotiator is heading to Sweden and may follow up with his North Korean counterpart.
This story is not much of a breaking news one, but it sure is news. The Vatican City has their own new track team, and they wish that one day they can make it to the Olympics. This is their story.
In this historic city of God and gladiators,
do you pray as you run?
Yes.
Running through Rome's cobbled streets.
It's a way to forget the body.
Yeah.
And to think just to the spirit.
Members of the Vatican's first official track team. While Pope John Paul II loved to ski and Pope Francis is a soccer fan, the 62 members of this track team include a nun.
It's a joy.
Just to run is a joy.
Even a Swiss guard, hoping the Olympics, while perhaps now more a prayer than an ambition, could one day see athletes in Vatican colours.
They do have what some folks might consider an unfair advantage. God on their side.
Their first team race is this Sunday, and there'll still be time for Mass.
Having God on your side doesn't make you faster, but it makes God smiling.
Keir Simmons, NBC News, Rome.
This next story is our last story. I'm RJD with the Day channel. This is RJD News this morning, and it is about YouTube. And the YouTube challenges can cause death and harm to those who do it. NBC News gives us the rest. This is the story.
They're the cringeworthy challenges deemed dangerous, potentially deadly, or just downright stupid. Tonight, YouTube says it's banning or restricting all viral pranks and challenges like biting into Tide Pods that could result in physical harm. It comes after the explosion of videos like the Bird Box Challenge, where participants blindfold themselves and perform everyday tasks. But in Utah, a teenager was nearly killed while driving during the Bird Box Challenge.
This is one thing we never thought we'd have to say: don't drive blindfolded.
YouTube says when a questionable video is flagged, their editors can immediately pull the clip. But the company promises this isn't the end of viral videos.
So tonight, no need to worry. The I Ate All Your Halloween Candy Challenge is here to stay. Gail Almaguer, NBC News.